Welcome back to another episode of Polytalks, and in this video we'll be covering a mass shooting which recently occurred in Louisville. So the topic of this video is, of course, more somber than usual, but this is an event that we simply cannot cannot ignore any longer, and that we must talk about. So 5 people were killed and 6 injured in a shooting in Louisville on Monday. But the suspected shooter is dead. And what we can see here is yet another mass shooting in a series that has stretched to the beginning of, really since people started emerging from the pandemic. We've had a spike in gun incidents, and it's just a troubling upward trend in this country. We've seen 2017 and 2018 are 2 of the 3 years with the highest amount of mass shootings, or highest number of mass shootings, and we've only started 2023, and we already have a few. Of course, there was the Uvalde shooting, which was tragic, and we simply had a really bad run of mass shootings, which both parties will attribute to different factors. And what I want to review in this video today is the political response to these tragic events. Because one thing I want to emphasize is, in the past, events like these may have been reacted to with more bipartisanship, or kind of a coming around the flag effect. Whereas I've noticed that with this particular incident, um, there has been, and the most recent mass shootings we've had, there have been actually widespread uh, division, and that is because both parties have different kind of viewpoints on the subject, is increasingly true in the modern era of politics. So, Democrats are claiming that shootings are a uniquely American epidemic, and they're blaming the fact that in this country, gun laws are extremely lax in many states, and it is very easy, once one turns 18, to go and buy a gun with the capacity to murder many people in a short period of time. However, Republicans push back on the argument, and stating that these are our Second Amendment rights, and that uh, one cannot restrict the the rights of American citizens under the Second Amendment, and they are looking towards more tame solutions like background checks and mental health response, instead of trying to eliminate the means. And I think what I just wanted to highlight with this video was just another instance of a tragic event being reacted to very differently with both sides. We saw it with the Capitol riot. It was a harrowing event, first time the Capitol had been invaded for hundreds of years, and we saw both parties had a different idea of who to blame. Same story with this. Unlike 9/11, we are witnessing an event which is drastically debated. Democrats will blame Republicans and vice versa. And that just serves as another example of how our world right now is extremely polarized, to the point where we cannot observe a single event, tragic or not, where we don't have differing opinions. And frankly, I also wanted to highlight that moving into the 2024 election, I think neither party at the moment can ignore the magnitude and frequency of the mass shootings that we've been experiencing. And with that, I would say I can expect this issue to become a lot more pronounced and discussed as we enter the 2024 cycle. So, just a brief recap. There was another tragic recap in Louisville this week, and there's been a troubling upward trend with gun violence in the United States. Both parties have different ideas of who to blame. Democrats think that the ease and potential for violence of guns is largely responsible for these epidemics, and they wish to limit gun rights and have tighter regulations, while Republicans believe that the issue is mental health and are looking to improve background checks and make sure that everyone who owns a gun is responsible. And this is another instance of a polarized event in our modern political landscape, and we will certainly see discussion and debate, fierce debate over this issue as we head into the 2024 cycle. So with that over, I will end this brief recap, and I hope that was an informative video which serves to bring attention to a certain uh, series of events we've been tragically experiencing in the United States for quite some time now. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.